Hello Autobots and Decepticons, my name is Somongry and I'd like to welcome you guys back to Transformers War for Cybertron. And in the last episode we played as Megatron, which we still currently are playing as. And we cruised through the first part and we learned a little bit about Megatron's history from his start to his Galvatron finish. And in this episode we will talk about Barricade and Brawl, who are faithfully following Megatron in this playthrough right now. And if you don't know who is who, Barricade is the scout and Brawl is the soldier. And actually I don't know too much about these two, so if you guys have any information for me regarding them, that would be awesome, so you guys can leave that in the comments. And this part in the game right here, I can't tell you how many times I died in multiplayer with these beams shooting straight up in the air and slicing us in two. But let's start out with Barricade. I did some research on both of them, so I hope to educate you guys that do not know anything about them. So Barricade, he was first shown in the 1990s, and he was part of the Decepticon racetrack patrol team, and he turns into a Formula 1 racing car. And he knows the importance of not making mistakes, as anything on the racetrack would cost you probably the race or anything like that. So he does not make too many mistakes, and he also is a very hard-nosed character. Now he was shown in the Dreamwave Comics Micromaster series. And this is where High Moon Studios gets his name from multiplayer, as he was originally named the Runner, or just Runner, I should say. And he was part of this team of Micromasters. I believe this included Groundhog, Motorhead, and Roller Force. And his motto, Barricades, according to the information and the stuff I looked for, is winning is everything. So he is not one to take a loss lightly. Also, he later on found the Decepticons and saw the potential of the rewards, since all race car drivers are looking for the win, the big score. He joined them, and that is where he developed his name Barricade. Alright, moving on to Brawl. And also, if I do make a mistake, or if you guys know any other information, feel free to leave it in the comments. And if I do make a mistake, don't just be like, "Oh, Mongry, you dumb boy, you a dumb Decepticon." Don't do that. Just tell me what I said wrong and correct me, so that other people reading the comments can learn from whatever I made a mistake on. Alright, a little bit about Brawl. Brawl was first an M4 Sherman tank. He was later then a Leopard 1 tank. And I don't have a lot of information on Brawl. I have more than Barricade, but a lot of Brawl's history goes into the Combaticons as well. Alright, from what I've read from Brawl is that he does not seem like the smartest Decepticon in the bundle, but who knows, maybe he's got a PhD in energonology, I don't know. But anyways, Brawl seemed to be convinced by Starscream to try to overthrow Megatron, and this is where it kind of gets weird, is because Megatron, obviously being Lord Megatron, wasn't to be stopped, so he sent these renegade Decepticons to a prison and had them stripped down, and they had them stripped down to the personality component. And if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much all in the name. It gives you your personality. Without it, you just become dumb and vacant and are pretty much just a zombie. And so after this happened, Starscream, never giving up of course, infiltrated this data center where all these different personality components were being stored, and took them, and then brought these personality components to Earth, where he put these different personality components into different World War II vehicles, causing them to come back to life.
Once I have enough Dark Energon online, I will use these canisters to transport it to Cybertron. The Autobot surprise will be total.
Thank you for telling us your plot out loud, Megatron. It is what all great leaders do. But yeah, then, since Starscream put these components into the World War II different vehicles, they caused them to be able to combine together for some reason. I didn't really find a reason on why, but that is how it went down, and that's what happened.
These futile attempts to resist me. Dark Energon will be mine.
What makes you think you can control the Dark Energon when no one else has ever been able to?
Only the strong are worthy of such a weapon, Barricade. I am the strongest. And do not question me again.
Whoa, Megatron, take an Energon chill pill, wouldn't you? And anyways, that is how Brawl became one of the Combaticons, and together with Onslaught, Blastoff, Vortex, and Swindle, they form mighty Bruticus. Ha 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 ha! Alright, sorry, I didn't know if there was a cutscene there, but after that, Starscream is somehow in somewhat control of these guys, but not really. He just kind of guaranteed that he would refuel them with energy, so he sent them on a mission. But Megatron, of course, Lord Megatron again, exiled them and sent them flying into outer space on an asteroid, but they somehow managed to tow the asteroid back to Cybertron. I don't know, that must have been one heck of a journey. I can just picture those guys just flying through the asteroid, but he managed to tow them back to Cybertron. And hold on, they were talking.
But no weapon I know. I don't care what did it. Find a way across.
The hover map indicates no damage to this area.
Yes, this is unexpected. The entire area lies in shambles.
Alright, and so on their way back to Cybertron, Brawl, of course, wanted to shoot down with all their heavy power on Earth and destroy the Decepticons. But Onslaught, he seems kind of like a smart guy. He managed to set up the space bridge to start to drag Earth into the sun. And this is where Optimus Prime steps in and stops the Combaticons, and then Megatron takes them over and reprograms them so that they will follow his orders. And I really didn't like this part in the campaign, this little bridge part. I don't know if I just kind of cruise by this every time. I don't know why, but I always seem to fall through one of the cracks here. And these flying guys, missile bombs, they just own you in this part too. But anyways, so the Combaticons, all these different personalities, obviously not going to get along too much. And Onslaught, trying to take command, once ordered these guys to transform, and Swindle wasn't having it, so he knocked them back, and then out of nowhere, Defensor shot them and pretty much just destroyed them. And Defensor, he is the combination of the Protectobots, and Defensor damaged them pretty badly here because Swindle was the only one left alive, and Swindle sold his parts, the other guys, the other Decepticons, to various different humans. And under Megatron's threat to Swindle, Swindle was forced to steal back all these different parts. And it turned out after he got back all the parts, they were missing Brawl's vocal cords, or I don't know, it's not called vocal cords, but it was leaving him silent, and they couldn't transform into Bruticus for some reason without this part. And so they couldn't find this part, and they eventually found it. It was in some kid's robot in a school project, and it was in a very violent robot, and they found him fighting an Autobot, but Swindle was eventually able to recover this piece so that they could form Bruticus once again. From here on out, it's almost like Bruticus was used as Megatron's evil, like, bully. He would just send him in whenever he wanted a job done on people. This one time he was sent in to execute the Decepticon Octane, who is, by Decepticon standard, very, very evil, and nobody trusts him. He's a liar, he's a cheat, and he was in exile, and the only reason they really go to him is because of his ability to look for fuel and find it. So it almost is like that Brawl, Swindle, Onslaught, and the rest of the Combaticons, Vortex, are almost used as Megatron's attack dog. And let's see what Soundwave has to say here.
Fascinating. According to this, a quantity of Dark Energon became unstable, and the resulting explosion destroyed this part of the station. Dark Energon. Those fools had no idea how to control it. I'll not make the same mistake.
So that's pretty much all the information I have on Brawl, even though it was more of a Brawl and his brothers kind of information. So if you guys have anything that I missed, or anything on Barricade as well, let me know, because I'm very interested in all the history of these guys, and it is tough to find history on the people that you do not know history about, like Brawl and Barricade, because I didn't know much about them, so I've been doing some research, trying to inform you guys to the best of my ability, trying to be a good Autobot. And so, looks like I'm pretty much done talking about Brawl and Barricade, so we'll move on here. I will continue this episode. I'd like to be able to finish this whole one here and get some, dude. So we're going through as Mighty Lord Megatron. We're not going to get a chance to play as Brawl or Barricade, but that's okay. I'm sure all you guys that are watching this have played with them millions and millions and millions of times. And I haven't informed you guys a lot about the campaign so far. So I am playing this on the easy mode just for the let's play purpose, so that we can cruise through here, because it does get harder and you can die quite a bit in other modes. And a lot of you guys have asked me if I will be playing any of this co-op, and I'm honestly not sure, just because I'd like to talk about each character. I'm not sure how long it will take to talk about each character. I know Brawl and Barricade, there not as much information out there on them, so it didn't seem to take me as long to talk about them. But I'm not too sure. I like to be able to move at my own pace, especially so that I can say the stuff that I need to about them, and I can inform you guys and educate you guys well on all of them. So let me see here. I think there might be a cutscene right now. Maybe not. I could be wrong. I am wrong. So I've died here a bunch of times too, falling off one of these planks that fall down. That's pretty funny. But Megatron, he's not going to be stopped here. He's already on a hot pursuit for his Dark Energon, and everything around us in this command center is been infected by this Energon. Well, you don't really see it yet, but it's been destroyed by that, and here's our cutscene.
Impossible! No one has ever survived to reach this place.
You shall soon learn, Starscream. I decide what is possible and what isn't.
Guards, hold him off while I destroy the last of the Dark Energon remnants.
Starscream under command, leading, and sadly he will not lead much longer. Poor Starscream. But Megatron, you can't really do anything against him. He is all powerful. So these guards, these turrets, don't stand a chance. And just getting to own in here. And this campaign, like I said before, awesome, awesome, awesome. And let me know what you guys think so far. Let me know how you like this, how you would improve it if you were me or anything like that. I'm all open for constructive criticism. I will not send you to oblivion like Megatron would. So I hope you guys are enjoying, and I'm very excited for the next one. Like I said before, I don't really want to talk about Fall Cybertron too much during this one, because I want to focus on how awesome this one was. And I'm using the thermal rocket launcher right now, and you saw me use the frag earlier. The frag, always overpowered, no matter what game type you play, multiplayer, escalation, campaign. You know you're going to get like 45 million kills with one frag, so it's a good way to cruise through the campaign and use it as a tool of Megatron's destruction. And these turrets, they don't stand a chance either. And Megatron, I'd like to see him eventually take on the form Galvatron in one of these games. I think that'd be pretty awesome. And if they'd bring back some of his old transformations to like the little gun or the tripod, that'd be pretty sweet as well. And Brawl, he steps in here. Brawl's a pretty good soldier. He's got a mouth on him as well. He is loud and obnoxious in all the battles. Every time, everything I've read about him says that he loves to talk, and if he's not at that battle, you will know, because he always makes a ton of noise.
I have initiated the destruction sequence.
Oh no, not the destruction sequence, Starscream. Not that. I'm not almighty powerful Megatron, am I? Does it really matter? So, the ion displacer, you can pick these up anytime in the campaign. You gotta know when to let them go, though, and just move on, because you can get by without them. But definitely takes down your foe rather quickly. Shreds through them like it was nothing. So I'm just going to finish these guys off here, and we will get to a pretty cool cutscene coming up. That guy took more than expected. My aim a little broken at that time. Brawl's helping me out here. And the AI, not the best. They don't really help you out too much. But the one good part about them is they don't take your ammo, they don't take your health, and they don't die on you, which is pretty cool. So you can kind of just cruise through the campaign on it. I've actually never played through this whole campaign solo before, so this will be something new. I've always played with friends. I definitely recommend playing this campaign with friends, way better with friends. So you might see me play it with some fellow Decepticons or some fellow Autobots in the future on some episodes, but we will have to find out and see here. So here we are blasting this, and here we go. Dark Energon time.
You arrogant fool! No one has ever survived direct contact! What? This isn't possible! No! No one can control Dark Energon! It dominates and destroys everything it touches!
I am the Dominator. I am the Destroyer. I am Megatron! Decepticons, receive your birthright. I can feel the power. It's amazing. Now, I shall deal with Starscream.
And Starscream taking off like a coward like usual, but that's to be expected, and that's what I love about him. He is my overall favorite Decepticon character. Those guys just get disintegrated like it was nothing. Mighty Lord Megatron, the Dominator, taking over.
Dark Energon is mine to command. Through my will alone shall Cybertron be restored.
It's too unstable, Megatron. Using that power, you're endangering our entire world!
Teach me, Megatron. Teach me to wield Dark Energon the way you do, and I will serve you.
And what could you possibly offer me that I cannot simply take?
The supply of Dark Energon aboard this station is nearly exhausted. I know how to manufacture more. There was once an Energon bridge that fed this station directly. I know how to reconnect it.
Traitor! Zeta Prime will hear about this!
Shall I send Thundercracker and Skywarp to retrieve him? Lord Megatron?
No. I want the Autobots' leader to know his doom approaches. Once we have this station online, nothing can stop me. Now go. Find this Energon bridge and reactivate it for your new master.
Aw, yeah. So next time, guys, the true leader, Starscream. Remember to leave a comment, leave a rating, and have a good day, guys.